Well, hey, handy people, Dan here. Hey, I get a lot of questions about how do I assess cars, as I'm buying them. What do I look at? What's the things I look for? So I, thought about that, and I thought, you know what? I do have a process, although it's all up here, but I'm going to put it onto this video for you. So come on along. I just picked up this 98 S70T5m, and first of all, I know what the model is. I know what that means. It came from the factory. This means it's got the T5 high pressure turbo engine putting about 236 horsepower out, and it also comes with a 5-speed manual transmission. So that's really important. The other thing I got from the ad was the guy said it had 118,000 original miles, which that is, I think, very low for a 1998. So I was interested in this car from that aspect. Now, I also knew, talking to the seller before I saw the car, that it had been damaged. And so, talking with him, I got a good feeling he had hit a curb, actually, with this wheel right here. And it broke the wheel. You can see the oil that's all up and around because it also broke the mounting bracket for the oil cooler lines. Now, I didn't know that when I got it. I just know it was oily. So I figured, well, talking to him, he said it needs a new subframe. Okay, well, I knew I've changed subframes. I know I'm capable of doing that. So, the car interested me, and we came to a price agreement, and I bought the car. But one of the things I looked at first was the body. I just take a quick look. And unfortunately, it was raining the day I bought it, so it was hard to see, but I looked for how straight is it. Is there any rust? There's a few places these rust out. And I looked on the hood, or the roof, the hood, and I said, okay, it's all relatively straight. There is a ding in the curve of the hood. I'm not going to close the hood and show you, but one thing I wanted to know, knowing he hit something low, was assess the bumper. And I noticed on my initial assessment that the fog light was broken, and the grill is missing from the passenger side, but that goes along with. However, with the damage that I knew about, the bumper itself, albeit very dirty, it's not damaged. Headlights good, corner markers are good. Headlights good, corner markers are good. Body's got some scratches, but hey, it's a 1998, okay? I just got this wheel. Thank you, Robert. He picked these up from a junkyard car for me. There was a little bit of body damage down here. I don't know how that happened, and I may have done that getting it on and off the trailer, but I don't think so. Windshield was uncracked. Windows were all intact. Mirrors are intact. I kind of went down, and albeit it was raining and dirty, I noted, the body was presentable, and with a good cleanup and a polish and some little paint touch-ups, that's plenty good. And then I looked at the rear spoiler and I saw this. This is a clear coat failure and hazing, but I don't see that anywhere else on the car. So I'm wondering if they didn't add this spoiler. And I did noted that the tailgate had been pushed in, and you can see that. If you look, well, you can see how this is buckled. So this is pushed in a fair amount right here. It's hard to see. And they pinched it and cracked the paint. So I probably will look for another emerald green trunk lid, if possible. So if anybody out there has one, please let me know. Tail lights are intact, so everything from that aspect looked good. Then I went and I looked inside the car. And I asked them about maintenance, of course, and I try to gain as much knowledge about maintenance as possible. First thing I noticed when I poked my head in the car was that the car had been smoked in. Didn't like that a whole lot, but I know how to get rid of that. It just takes a lot of work, so I also know that. So I'm noting that there's some damage on the driver door panel. The dash is actually very nice. The wood trim is in good shape. The center console trim is in good shape. The center console armrest is in good shape. The passenger seat is in good shape. A little dirty, but otherwise not torn. There is some tearing on the bolster in the driver's seat and in the seat base. There's some rips, so I'll have to attend to that. So I knew that. The headliner's not drooped or sagging. The sunroof does work. The steering wheel is quite dirty. It's normally a tan, but I know how to clean those, so that didn't dissuade me. The back seats came out. They look very nice. Again, the door panels, all these door panels delaminated, and I call this puckering. They all do that. This does have that fancy wood applied trim that matches the original OEM trim, and I believe different dealers added those to their cars. So that's a nice little feature. Console wasn't broken. Nothing else is broken on the interior. Seat belts are all in good shape. Car looks pretty darn good. Pretty good. So then I popped the hood and I took a look, and he showed me where he put a sticker on here, and it shows a timing belt, water pump, and tensioner, and the mileage was, it's like, I think it says it was done in May of 21, which is not that long ago, and 109,000 miles. So, 10,000 miles ago, or even less than that. So he also said he did the PCV, which he could have. That oil spillage is from me, because I filled it full of oil. But power steering's got some seeping. I noted that. I didn't see anything unusual. A little dirty. I did notice the turbo box, which I like. And of course, this is an IPD rib kit, and that's a nice piece. I also noted that the plug wires have been changed, so that's also good. So car's been maintained. It's been taken care of. Unfortunately, I didn't get any written documentation things, so I'll go through everything. But then I go through and I look at things like suspension, okay? Brakes, I found the rotors, albeit rusty. The brake calipers have been changed fairly recently because, well, I'll go over the other side here. They are in very good condition. And they're they're dirty and scuffed, and this one's got some oil on it, but it's not rusted at all. So that's nice. And there's no lip on the rotor. So that means those are relatively new. So that's good. I did ascertain there was, a decent amount of damage in the wheel well and in the subframe on this side, just as I was told. So when I went under the car, when I got it home, I inspected and I found out that I think all there is a bad gasket on, it's over here. On this piece right here, this is that oil cooler mount that comes out of the engine. There was oil coming out of this pretty bad when I ran the engine. So I'm assuming that's a part of the problem. I did notice this mount is actually broken right off and damaged. So I'm gonna need a new motor mount. And then the subframe is absolutely bent back over here. You probably see how pushed in and pushed up this control arm is. So definitely a new subframe, a new passenger side motor mount. I got to do something with this. Probably I'll add a NA block off plate. And then this control arm, I will use these brakes because they don't appear damaged. The hoses look good. The axle seems to be okay, which I'm really pleased with. And the tie rod end also seems to be okay, but I'll check that once I take things apart, because I have to take some things apart to change that subframe. So, and I don't know if the strut got damaged. It may have. I'm going to take a look at that. You can see it up here. It's sitting funny. It's poking up a little bit more than I think it should, but that's to be expected because it took a hit on that side. So, all in all, I do those assessments and I start thinking about things. If I get a car that's had no maintenance, I've gotten P80s with zero maintenance for a long time. And, I've talked with people in the know, and, and I really respect some of the folks I talked to, Robert and so forth, and William. And we've talked about what's it cost to bring a P80 back. Well, if you're looking at suspension, complete suspension package, If you're looking at brakes, you know, complete suspension's about $700 to $800. These are parts costs, by the way. If you're looking at brakes, you know, that's usually if you're doing all calipers and rotors, all four, you're getting in the $500 range for reman equipment from, like, say, Rock Auto or what have you. And of course, you can go up. You can always add. But if you do good parts, certain things I will not skimp on. OEM timing belt kit. And the one thing I'm going to check with this is that this looks like it was a Continental kit. And the belt's fine if it's a Continental, but I want to make sure that it says they changed the water pump and the tensioner. I want to check that out. I'm going to take a look at those parts, make sure they're INA and ASIN water pump and INA for the tensioner. So, you know, a couple things I got to check. Oh, also this car came with a short shifter from Snab, which is installed, and boy, the shifts are nice and crisp. So, yeah, there's a lot of good here. I was happy with what I got, and that's kind of the assessment that I take and as I look at things. And like I say, the person told me they did a lot of things, but I like to double check because, you know, a timing belt kit is not a timing belt kit. I mean, OEM timing belt kit is the only way out. I'm comfortable with a car. So I definitely will have to check out what's on there, because that's one of those what I call a absolute must-dos. Make sure that that's taken care of. So there you have it. Oh, this car also was, they deleted the exhaust muffler, and they did a nice job of it. They actually ran straight pipe all the way back from the catalytic converter. So, you know, that part is good. But I don't particularly care for a loud car, so I'll have to fix that in a manner. But I'll have a way to do that. But yeah, those are the things. When you're looking at your Volvo, take your time, assess them, and yeah, you know, the best thing to do is especially if they're asking for you know, marketplace, you know, decent high numbers for a car. For instance, when I finish restoring this one, you know, I'm going to place the value way higher than what I paid for it, of course, but I'll have a ton of time and a ton of parts in it. But you know, if you're going to pay the top dollar stuff, make sure, you know, the person that you're dealing with can show you all the documentation to what they put in, at the very least, and then eyeball it yourself. That's very important. And if you don't know how to do something, look for the videos that are online. You know, Robert's got hundreds and thousands of good videos, and I've got a handful too that are pretty helpful. So make sure you do that, and yeah, keep on going and check out that Volvo. Hey folks, thanks for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.